Hi, this is Parag Sam. Welcome to this second Cyprus 2019 tax return workshop. In our first workshop, we run through a brief overview of what needs to be done, what's changed, what's a bit different. We've got a few questions from our clients. And in this webinar, we wanted to go through those questions. So we run through them quite quickly so we get them all covered for you. The first question is there a time limit to the age at which a health tax needs to be paid? And the answer to that is no. The health tax is payable on worldwide income for all resident taxpayers. There are some exemptions for expats that's with an EU S1 form registered in Cyprus. If you've not got that registered, then you have to pay the tax. An interesting bit about the tax return, when you've been through putting all the information in, you've got through all the hurdles, comes up to the calculation page, automatically it will work out the health tax that you're due to pay and the balance that are due. So unless you've got the exemption, you'll need to be paying that or have the assessment for it. Next question was, I haven't got my exemption certificate yet. Many people, especially at the beginning of this new system in 2019, the rules were still being made up. So you register with your you register with your doctor, but you still have to register a third time to get an exemption certificate. So an expat with an S1 certificate might need an updated E121. If you don't know what I'm talking about, contact us at productpartnership.com, and you may need that, but you have to submit that and get that certificate issued in writing to you, because that's got the reference number on. You need to put on your tax return to not have an assessment on submission for the health tax. For pensioners, it's exactly the same. So if you're a Cyprus pensioner and you're receiving a pension from a Cyprus company or the government, you're having health tax deducted at source, no matter what age you are. The only people who are exempt are expats with an S1 or some other special regime. So health tax is payable. How do you pay tax in Cyprus? Well, there's two ways to pay tax. There's a self-assessment period. So for 2020 now, for your income tax, your health tax, your special defence taxes for rent, dividends, bank interest, they become due at certain times during the year. So in December, you can pay your half-yearly rate of taxes for those for 2020. Now, if you don't, then you need to create a debt. So if you've got a balance of rent, health, income, dividend, or property taxes of any form to pay, you have to do the tax return to create the debt. And then that allows you a reference number. That reference number can be used to pay by bank transfer or JCC. Just a key point, in Cyprus, if your income is below 19.5, you don't have to do a tax return. But it's a bit of an oxymoron, because if you've got a tax liability, you have to do a tax return. If you can just about get away with it if you're paying a health tax or a rental tax or a special defence tax of some sort on self-assessment basis during the window that is the due window of opportunity to pay it. But if you don't pay it in the self-assessment period for that specific year, then you have to do the full return to create the debt to pay the tax. If you don't do tax return now, and it turns out that you needed one eventually, you may find that coming up later when you're doing, let's say, selling a property and having tax clearance for that. On the tax return form, there's space to get tax relief on life insurance and medical. You can do this. So if you've got an insurance or a medical and you, up to 1.5% of your income, then you can put that on your tax return and get tax relief against that. A couple of catches on that. So if you've got 100,000 income, it's limited to 1.5%. So it's 1,500 premium you can offset against that. 10,000 income, £150. So that's a limit to what you can claim back in tax relief. But it's only for Cyprus-based insurance. So Cyprus Health in Cyprus medical insurance relief. So that's the only way that you can get that relief. So just bear that in mind and consider that when you're trying to claim. If you've got an overseas medical insurance, it's not likely to get any relief in Cyprus. If you've overpaid health tax for any reason, or any tax for that things, how can you reclaim it? I want to mix that up with the second question that we've got. If you've got very low income, below 12,000, and you've still paid dividend or pension, dividend or savings or health taxes at source, and you want to claim that back, you can do that. Now that is a tax rebate that you can claim back straight away. Otherwise, you have to wait for the assessment generally. There may be a way to get around it, but there's no formal system. So once you get an assessment, and this year in 2020, we're getting assessments for 2014 for our clients. So once you've got an assessment, that's okay. Within a month, you can make an appeal. You've got the evidence to show that you paid the tax or the tax is not due, and the rebate will come. But unfortunately, you have to wait for that assessment. That's the official system. There may be another way around it. If you've got any ideas on that, contact us at proactpartnership.com. Now, to get exemption from dividend and savings tax is very effective for an overseas contractor. But what we'd say to you is that just have in mind the implications of that. So if you've got 100,000 of income and you're earning 80,000 on dividend from a UK service company, you're going to pay no tax on that. No income tax, no dividend tax as a non-dom domicile, no income tax. So, it's very, very tax efficient. You may still pay health tax on it, though. Have that in mind. But if you declare yourself as non-dom, then that means you've not been living in Cyprus for 17 of the last 20 years as a tax resident. It's exactly the same definition that the UK use to decide if somebody's domicile or not. So by completing that return, to claim non-dom in the UK, you're effectively saying I'm domiciled still in the UK and opening up your Cyprus property and your overseas business to 40% UK inheritance tax. So that there are ways to avoid that assessment of that liability. So to protect your family and business from a potential UK domicile assessment in the event of ill health and avoid that 40% inheritance tax, contact us at Product Partnership and we'll put you in touch with experts who can help you with that. And one last thing, don't forget that overseas contractors, people that are tax resident in Cyprus, you have to declare your worldwide income. You have to declare your worldwide income. Now, if you are working outside Cyprus for more than 90 days a year and that income and that earnings is completely outside the UK, then you have the potential to not pay that tax in Cyprus. So again, to have that income, that overseas income exempt from tax, consider how your servicing company, your offshore business is working and how your days are resident in Cyprus or the UK. Contact us at proactpartnership.com. We give you more information and advice. Thanks for watching the rerun of this workshop. We've got more questions. We'll feature some more workshops in the coming weeks and months, either the free workshops to people in general, or you can join our retained client service for much more deeper dive and looking into specific questions and answers that allow you to get the job done and cut through the red tape for tax, wills, immigration, property, and business, living and working abroad. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.